Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ami. I'm your Mystic Rugrat, and this is the Amiverse. So on this video, y'all, this is a throwback. This is from almost 2 years ago, where I break down the correlation between a chicken coop and the projects and how that psychologically damages and have damaged the Black community. So if you find that interesting, sit back, relax, get whatever you need to chill with me, because we're going to get into some things. I might ruffle a couple feathers, but y'all know it's all out of love. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section about this. But like I said, this is from 2 years ago. Let's roll that tape. Today I wanted to give a message and my personal opinion and views on the projects, aka the hood, okay, the block. All right, essentially, we all know what projects means, but those of you guys that may be living under a rock, a project is a series or collective number of blocks and or duplexes or apartments that house low-income people, and it's predominantly Black people. So let's go ahead and get in. I might ruffle a couple feathers in this video, but I promise everything is out of love, and hopefully this will resonate with someone, drop a seed for someone. Like and subscribe. I don't even know where to begin. So the projects, when I think of the projects, I think of sagging pants. I think of men outside of their prisons, so to speak, aka the buildings, selling drugs. I see poor children running around, mothers with Newports in their hands, and HUD housing, and food stamps and all these different things. Now, I don't see anything wrong with getting assistance to help as you are trying to figure out your next step in life, planning your next business or, your next job venture, whatever it may be for you. I encourage you to start your own business because I think that working for someone else's purpose is counterproductive, aka working for this U.S. corporation is kind of stupid. Why are we going to go to someone's, building that looks at us like mules, cattle, chickens in a fucking chicken coop, and we're just a dollar sign, right? Why keep giving to that construct, So that's just my opinion on that. Now, I have a couple things written down, some key points, so we're just going to jump in here. All right. So daily feeding is equivalent to me. As soon as I read that, WIC checks, food stamps, the WIC checks, you look forward every month to getting this little bite, that massa is going to come and feed you once or twice a month in the form of 1 or 2 checks. And you know what I'm saying? The healthcare assistance, you don't have to worry about anything because you're put into this comfortable state. You know what I'm saying? Like a child, not getting enough space to grow and think for itself because everything is handed to you. Everything is here for you, but it's not enough. Okay, it's not enough. And then this is where you get crime. Okay, this is where you get people stealing from each other, breaking in each other's houses. All right, they start creating these gangs within these projects and creating wars within each other. Okay, so these chickens essentially don't realize that they're looking at another chicken. They're looking at a hyena or a gorilla or a tiger or bear. Oh my, right? And they forget that they are a chicken, and a confined chicken at that. Okay, a chicken that's not able to live freely. Okay, run beyond the pastures and the grass and eat from the land, and you know what I'm saying, really enjoy that cute little chicken life, right? So we can correlate that with the Black community that's living within these projects, right? It has the same mental effect. And you don't think that the U.S. corporation knows this? You don't think that this was on purpose. Now, don't get me wrong. We're all living in chicken coops. I don't care if you live in a mansion. I don't care if you live in a gated community or, a suburb. We're all confined within the four walls that the U.S. corporation gave us to be comfortable in, okay? And we grow comfortable when those things decorated up, all this shit. So then it says water checks, okay? So for me, again, that's like the WIC checks and stuff, but, the government assistance, but also like, hold on, let me go. Coop cleaning. Water checks and coop cleaning go in together with me. So when I thought about that, of course, back to the WIC and the food stamps, right? But I thought about the inspections that they give at these apartment complex. I personally went through this. I know it's got to happen at every apartment complex. I mean, I lived in like 3 apartment complexes and they all did like quarterly inspections, right? To make sure that they're up to code. And it's the same thing for the chickens in these chicken coops still now today. The health inspectors pop up randomly quarterly at these chicken coop, or, where they harvest the chickens and all that. I don't know what it's called. These farms, and they check and see how clean it is, if it's to the minimum standard. Okay, they don't want it to be super duper clean, smelling of bleach and all. They just want it to pass. They just want it to get by. They not looking in closets. They not, you feel what I'm saying? Like, ooh, it's a lot to unpack here. And then the last one is keep safe from predators. When I read this, I thought about just the confinement of it all, just being in that mind state that you need these government checks, that you need the subsidized housing. It keeps you so confined. You can't even get work that'll pay you more because you have to stay within this earning bracket, right? And if you exceed this earning bracket, you start getting questioned. Okay, people start coming to your house, giving you calls, all this stuff. You'll lose your food stamp because they'll look at it as fraud. I mean, all these things, you had to abide by their rules, okay? Or you're done, you're out, right? These people can pop up at your house when they want to. They own your children, okay? Just being born here on the United soil, okay? You've given your ownership away, right? So let's not get it twisted, okay? But it's just so much worse when you are living in these projects, and just the psychological war that's here, okay? Within these projects, they put about 10 liquor stores, about 15 churches, okay? About 15 churches, chickens, McDonald's, Wendy's, Pizza Hut, Popeyes, Papa John's, and probably one grocery store that's selling you low vibrational food from Mexico and Guatemala and Argentina, all these crazy ass places. That, how is food getting over here fresh that far, right? So when you grow up in a project, okay, and all you're used to seeing is your apartment complex, the friends that you grew up with, the same schools, everybody know each other, you know what I'm saying? And your mom, you don't see her starting her business. Your dad, he's might not be there. Or if he's there, he's out in the streets, hustling, selling drugs, killing the people within the complex, within the neighborhood, okay? With the same mindset, all right? So, and you can't, like I said earlier, make over a certain amount of money. So you get stuck in this comfortability, in this routine of just waking up, sending the kids off to school, taking the kids to daycare, coming back home, getting high as hell, getting drunk as hell, all right? Frolicking with the people within the confines of the damn neighborhood, the project, right? Making even more babies that you can't take care of and that you're just going to keep using the system to support, right? Now, again, nothing wrong with using a system if you need to use the system. But while you're doing that, There should be some productivity, trying, okay? You have nothing but time. You're in a space where you are comfortable, but comfortable to be able to, all right, now I can breathe. I'm taken care of. I don't have to worry about my rent. I don't have to worry about my food. I don't have to worry about my health care. I can focus on starting my business that way, that I don't have to rely on these people for the rest of my life. That way I'm not teaching my kids to rely on these people for the rest of their lives. You talk to most of the people in the projects, they've never left. And they take pride in that shit, actually repping blocks that they don't own. You don't own that land. So what is it? Like, what are we fighting for? All right. So it's a sick ass mentality, okay? And it deals with a lot of ego, heavy psychosis, all right? This is generation after generation after generational curses. I can't count how many times I've heard women, I be damned if they take my food stamp. Yep. Girl, yes. I got my food stamp. Yeah, I'm on Section 8. Fuck you mean. Okay. And I seen you 5 years ago and you were on Section 8. If we knew better, we would do better also, okay? This is our fault, but it's also our parents' fault, of our parents' fault, of our parents' fault, of our parents' fault, okay? But some of us are chosen, all right? And we are chosen here to break these motherfucking generational curses, okay? No longer should we be limited, okay? There's no expectations of someone that's in a HUD housing. There's no expectation. That's why they keep you fed. They keep giving you the minimum. You're a prisoner within your own home. Okay? Literally. They give you just enough to survive and keep you protected. Protected from what? Like those chickens, protected from predators, right? But for you, the human, for you, the black woman, man, or child, is to keep you protected from succeeding, from realizing that they are the predator, from realizing that you are a victim, okay? And then speaking of victim, you start to carry this victim mentality because yes, you've been oppressed all your life. Yes, you're living in bondage. Yes, you're depressed. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you're sad. Yes, there's so much dysfunction, okay? How are all these people frolicking and fucking on each other within the complex, but there's all these single mothers? You know what I'm saying? Like, and people only do what you allow them to do, okay? So I realized the mentality that living in the projects can do, and I've cleansed myself from that. Luckily, I was able to live in the projects in I guess the middle, like suburbs, and I've lived in mansions before. I've been homeless before, so I've seen it from all different aspects. Okay, many views on this, many viewpoints. But yeah, it's a sickness. It's very sad. I wish, I hope, and I pray that my people wake up to what has been done to them, but also stop being a victim and realize when you're cheating yourself, when you're being fucked in the ass, sideways, knowing that there's so many black mothers that have not experienced like just true love, just being able to have that self-confidence, okay? A lot of the women are overweight. All they can afford is these processed foods, or was never even taught to go to the farmer's market. They don't even know that the farmer's market takes EBT. Like, this is stuff that needs to get out. You know what I'm saying? If you're on food stamps, you can go to the farmer's market. You can go to Whole Foods, okay? Like, please, y'all, we just got to make better decisions. Use the assistance as a leg up. Oh, and before I go, why would your place of living be called a project if you are not the experiment?